Go.
Jonathan Murphy here at SEMA 2011. I'm with Michael Van Vicaris, and we're in front of our brand new board, which has gotten a lot of attention here with the auto industry. Michael, great work here. Tell us a little bit about what you got.
Thanks a lot, Jonathan. I covered Southern California for Hypertherm, and I wanted to build a display that depicted typical automotive display parts or typical automotive customization parts. So these are your typical weld-style tabs that you can use with a plasma cutting machine or a CNC cutting machine. Typical in roll cage and race car type of fabrication. This would be considered a standard bumper bracket or some kind of a frame bracket that most guys would use. And right here we've got our display showing standard width cut and then our fine cut consumables. Right here we put together a tube notch setup and a tube cope setup. It's pretty typical with a lot of race car fabricators, so we'll be doing things like this with tubing. This part right here I put together to depict an older style pickup truck frame with a piece of plate welded to it, which would be a bumpered style bracket. And then we're able to gouge the material away and save the frame but remove the bracket. That shows another function of our machines. Expanded metal would be the same as cutting out a rusty floorboard, which would be right here. So the arc will stay on continuously, allowing you to cut the floorboard out without having to re-trigger. This is a real common automotive customization part here, a typical frame C-notch where you can cut the tube out and then put it back in to lower a car or a truck. Very, very common stainless exhaust. Most guys are running stainless exhaust now, most of the OEMs are, and lots of times if you want to put a little high performance into your car, you'll need to do a crossover tube. So cut out the stainless with the plasma and run your crossover tube. This piece right here I put together depicting people that put in gauges in a race car dash, and you can use this as a template with the plasma torch instead of using a standard hole saw, which is very difficult, Jonathan. That's just not a fun deal to do. So you put your plasma torch right here, come around here, and drop the gauge in. This would be very typical of the actual size of the hole that you would use for the template to put that size gauge in, taking into consideration the torch tip to work distance and so on. And then these are other parts here, base plates for roll cage work, an off-road grill guard for a bumper, and then CNC capabilities with all of our machines, like this right here. Obviously our Hypertherm logo was cut out in a piece of 1/8" plate.
There's a little bit of celebrity action behind this piece, right?
Yeah, this piece was actually cut out by our guy Eddie Paul. He's a famous auto customizer, and he cut this out for us on his little CNC machine using one of the Hypertherm plasmas that he has. He relies on that for his livelihood. So it's real nice of him to do that for us.
Yeah, great. Eddie will be in our booth. Make sure you stop by if you're catching this video before SEMA ends.
Yeah, our booth number is 11377. And thanks for letting me talk about this.
Thanks a lot. That's all from SEMA.